at $15. So if you're for a $10 raise in the minimum wage now, today on the floor we go to that fourth place, a safe environment in which our children can thrive by passing the background check legislation. It's hard to imagine legislation being more popular than the rescue plan, 75%, whatever. This legislation, background checks, closer to 90%. Bipartisan support across the country, receiving the support of gun owners, hunters, and the rest. They've all had to do a background check. Why shouldn't others?
I'm wondering if House Democrats, if you guys, why are we not seeing the same
drumbeat created by the people out there, the survivors of gun violence? We told them we're not resting until we get this job done, and today we're taking a giant step in that direction for the children. And as I say about these members of Congress, there's no, if you're afraid to vote for gun violence prevention because of your political survival, understand this: the political survival of none of us is more important than the survival of our children and the fear that they have of this.
After the insurrection on the Capitol, you said that on the future security threats that was something that was in.
And it will be nothing like what we saw in the Trump administration of PBs being snatched from the arms of their parents. To me, as a mom and a grandmother, that to me is like the most vile, with stiff competition from the Trump administration, but one of the most vile things they did. So I think that I trust the Biden administration's policy to be based on humanitarian and love of children rather than political points or red meat for their Republican base. Now,
could you see a scenario, depending on what they find in their probe, of unseating?
I do think what they are doing is talking to regional governments to say, keep them home, as well as if they have a case for refugee status or asylum seekers, to have that adjudicated have those interviews happen in the country of origin. But for those who are coming, they have a humane policy about how they, as quickly as possible, and it takes time because you want to do it right, can get them situated with family member or safe place for them to be.